The Father's Day edition of the show, my Father's Day gift is my daughter made the trip down the stairs into the studio to do a podcast with her dad.
And you know what? That's a gift. And I'm also going to edit it, and I'm also going to post it, and
I'm
also going to do all the clips, and I'm also going to write all the captions.
We're going to talk about Father's Day, and producer Renato got his Father's Day gift early. He's home from Vancouver.
Even when we got nothing to talk about, there's nowhere I'd rather be. 'Cause there's something about you and me just sitting around talking Scheetz.
There's a good dad for you. Dan Davidson. He's a girl dad.
Yeah,
dude.
and that's what I always like to call out on the show, because I think that that's something that he takes pride in, and he has the energy of a girl dad. Not only a girl dad, but a girl hockey dad.
Right.
His girls are really good hockey players, so I love that about him.
Awesome. All right. It is Talking Scheetz, and it is brought to you by Green Drop and Buzz Boss. Green Drop Lawn Care. You know what? The Pignani family the Scheetz Pignani family in Glenora have some issues with their lawn. Big issues with their lawn.
We mentioned it a few podcasts back. I think it was my bullsheets.
Yeah.
Or actually, I think it was producer's bullsheets. But our lawn went to absolute crap this year.
Yeah.
And
it looks like the surface of the Mars.
Out of nowhere.
Surface of Mars.
Out of nowhere.
Yep.
And so we brought the experts in.
We did. Jamie from Green Drop showed up, and Jamie is like the boss. So this would be like you got a problem with your Starlink, and Elon Musk shows up at your house.
That sounds like a nightmare. This was much better than. I don't think you should compare him to Elon.
Okay, well, I'm trying to think. Okay, you got an issue with your heart, and Don Mazankowski shows up.
Okay, interesting.
Though Don Mazankowski was never a doctor, so that's probably he was a politician.
I think that wouldn't be helpful. Like, he might write you a speech.
Okay, if you, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good comparison, but the bottom line is Jamie's the man.
Okay.
He came to your house. I was there. You guys weren't, and he said, "Oh my gosh, Chris, they got a bad case of the chinch bugs."
Yeah,
I think,
which sounds made up,
but it's real.
It's real.
And he showed me them.
Yeah.
And we're going to actually show you a video of the chinch bugs or the cinch bugs or they're these little bugs and they are buggers and they totaled your lawn.
Yeah.
It was like the grasshoppers coming in through the plague and just taking the crops down.
Yeah.
Right?
When I Googled them, it said they are devastating to lawn and crop. Yeah. So I would say our lawn got devastated by this. Can't say it.
Yeah.
Chinch
bugs. The bottom line is Jamie knows it.
Yeah. Jamie knows it. And he diagnosed it immediately, so he knows what's up. And
exactly.
That actually, producer Renato's gotten a lot of things recently, as we'll talk about, but that should be his gift, because he's been feeling so much guilt about the fact that he was
convinced he did it.
Like he did something wrong with the lawn that ruined it, but now it's like, no, this was out of our control. This is a pest.
Yeah, exactly.
I felt like I was being a bad lawn dad, and it's a relief to know that that wasn't the case. It wasn't on my shoulders.
No.
And
if you think that producer Renato has a little bit of a rasp in his voice today, you would be correct.
There's a reason why he was crying at the fact that his lawn was totaled.
Yeah.
But it will be recovering. It'll be coming back. Green Drop is giving it CPR, whatever that is.
I mean, they're just like doing lawn care.
Cut. It's not coming to me. What's a P?
Me either.
I don't know. R would be restoration or
preparing for restoration
or aeration. I don't know.
Pampering.
Green Drop.
They're going to pamper our lawn.
And Buzz Boss, Home Pet Defense. They'll take care of the skeeters. They'll take care of all of the other different rodents that might hang out. Like we got a vole problem here, for example. They said they're going to deal with the voles. So there's nothing they can't do. And they sponsor the podcast. And we love Jamie and the folks there. Thank you to them. Okay, it is the Father's Day edition as we get rocking and rolling through the big episode today. It's going to be good. You'll see. Brought to you by Cook County Saloon and Steakhouse. They're great people at Cook County. Oh, another great father, Barry Sparrow. He's got 2 kids, and they help him. They've actually kind of taken over running the club. It's kind of like a Succession, you know, kids around the club. And
you didn't say what they're sponsoring this week.
Bullsheets.
Yeah, you just said brought to you by.
Bullsheets.
Yeah, we didn't even bring that up.
No, but it is. But thank you to Cook County Saloon for all of the great things they do in this Cook County Steakhouse.
We should be playing the Succession theme song, but I don't think that they had to fight over it like they did in Succession.
No, they each get their chance to.
I love the Succession theme song.
And shout out to Cook County Saloon and
Yeah,
Steakhouse.
we love that.
They were part of the golf tournament for Alberta Dreams this week, and I got to hang out at the first hole with them and Happy Life Music, and they handed out steak bites, and they tasted kind of like ginger beef,
Ooh.
and they were so good.
A
And
steak bite first thing in the morning, 7 a.m. tea time, and you're eating a steak bite from Cook County Steakhouse? That sounds like my dream morning.
no big issue. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Thank you to them. Okay, what's your bullshits? Go.
All right. Well, speaking of Buzz Boss,
Mhm.
I mean, we could have led right into this. I'm looking forward to getting that service because the mosquitoes, I know it's not a unique bullshits, but they're really bad right now. And what my bullshits is specific because I understand that mosquitoes are a part of the summer. And when it is beautiful outside and the days are long and sunny and hot, I am like, okay, you have to
Yeah, there's a scream.
very loudly on a screen. Wow. It sounded like joyful.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Uh-huh.
When the summer is so beautiful, you take that. You're like, you know what? I need to be taken down a peg. The mosquitoes, they have their place. That's fine.
Yeah.
This summer has been almost unenjoyable outside every day.
Probably the worst summer ever so far.
There's been no sun. Like,
No.
we haven't gotten any long sunshiny days.
Yeah.
Yet the mosquitoes still here.
Well,
And
that's
so-
why.
so
Because
I know
they like the wet.
It's wet. I understand.
Like the only thing that keeps mosquitoes away besides Buzz Boss is drought.
Logistically, I understand why they're here, but it's making
Forest
me mad.
fires or mosquitoes, your choice.
Well, obviously, mosquitoes are less destructive.
Yeah.
To buildings and people's homes, and those things are important. But to my legs,
Yeah.
the mosquitoes are really starting to get to me because we have such limited time outside. It's like between rainstorms, we run outside, we get Leona dressed, and we're like, oh, we can finally do something.
Yeah.
And then the mosquitoes are just horrific.
All right.
So they're making me mad. It's a bullshit.
Baillie Scheetz would prefer at least 17,008 hectares
Do
of
not,
forest
no,
fire
no,
over
do not.
mosquitoes.
I was making
on
a
her
joke.
legs.
I was making a joke. I obviously am very grateful.
I get it. We can't have nice things here.
No, it feels like
We
that.
can't have nice things here.
And
Because if the
usually-
weather's too warm,
Yeah.
then we get the drought and then we get no mosquitoes. If the weather's
Yeah.
wet, we don't get the forest fires, but we get the mosquitoes.
I feel like they're super mosquitoes right now because of all the rain. They're like
Yeah.
bigger and stronger. Like you'll swat at them. They're not phased.
My favorite thing is my granddaughter Leona. The mosquitoes are butterflies. Everything that
Yeah.
looks like that's an insect that flies is
Yeah.
a butterfly.
Which, like, what a beautiful way to look at the world.
She's like, butterfly. I'm like, oh honey,
It's
if
a moth.
you
but-
only knew.
Yeah.
My bullshits with Father's Day,
Mm-hmm.
of course, on Sunday. I've been waiting to talk about this, and I am going to sound like a miserable old man, but
Okay.
I kind of do when it comes to bullshits all
Yeah,
the
I
time.
think that's kind of the point.
I think cards for any occasion are complete bullshits. I think cards are the greatest ripoff on the planet, and now they're like $10. It's like crazy. They used to be like $3.50, $4. Okay, but now they're like $10.
They are pricey, but I could not agree with you less. I love cards. I love writing in cards. I love receiving cards. I have kept almost every card I've ever gotten, especially from Ren. Cards are my favorite part of any gift.
Yeah, he does say that you love them.
Yeah.
You could also, you don't have to spend as much money. You can make a card, Chris, and that's free.
Oh yeah, I'm
It's
so
like
creative.
he's gonna do that. He'd
It's-
rather spend the $10.
But it's not the money. It's just the point. Like, okay, especially birthday cards. If you get a birthday present, what's the point of the card? It doesn't make any sense to me. Little kids, for example, they just blow through those things. And I've just
Have you ever seen Leona with a card? She loves them. We saved again, this is gonna make me sound like a hoarder, and I am a little bit of one.
Yeah.
We saved every card she got for her first birthday and put them in a little container, and she reads through them weekly. Like, she likes to open them, and they're like little books for her.
I guess.
And especially on a
See-
first birthday, she got so many special messages from people.
Yeah.
So I love reading them to her. I love cards. I think that if you're just saying to, from in the card, then it is
Then it's a
bullshits.
waste.
Then it's bullshits. But I do think if you spend the extra time to write even a small personal message, I think it's so special, and I think it's such a nice thing that people do.
Because I've got ADHD so badly, I like the to and froms.
Yeah.
But I will say this. Probably the card that's meant the most to me in my life
Mm-hmm.
was a card that was done by Scheetz head Cole
Yeah.
Polkerbeck,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
After I left Kissin, and he wrote this heartwarming, beautiful card that
Yeah.
I read from beginning to end, and I appreciated it. And so there's the one card, but the rest of them, you like, don't get me a card for Father's Day.
Cole writes sweet messages in cards for him and Emma's baby shower, which we spoke about.
Yeah.
Leona I was very worried about the card because I know he cares about cards.
Yes.
Leona made them a custom
Okay.
card. So she colored it. And I think that's so special.
I felt like I had to say it because Cole's listening right now and
He's
he was
like,
going, oh, Chris hated my card.
And it was so sweet.
It was sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so anyway, but other than Cole's card, the rest of them are crap.
We didn't get you a card for Father's Day.
Good.
No.
Don't ever
And I will never get you a card because I understand that.
ever get me a card.
Yeah.
Because I just save the money over the years and give me a $50 gift certificate to Mother Doe Bread Co. or something.
It's not a bad idea.
If you're going to give somebody a card, you have to put money in it.
Yes.
Then it's worth it, right?
I so disagree. What cheap is it even? I think it should just be
No, because that's the envelope
I
in which
get
the money
it.
goes,
I
or a
know.
gift card, right?
My brother-in-law, your Uncle Jeff, kind of was known for his card was he'd go to the ATM for a birthday, get the $40 or $50 out of the machine, and then he'd use the envelope as the card, and he'd just write to and love Uncle Jeff. And
whatever works.
No, that makes sense to me. I get it.
Yeah.
That was a good idea.
I don't know if many people care about cards as much as me, so that's just struck a sensitive note. If Renato, I don't need anything for any occasion.
Yeah.
But if I don't get a card, I'm gonna be a little sad.
I could get away with a lot, but not getting you a card.
No.
So,
No.
How is she's my daughter in so many different ways,
Yeah.
but we just don't share this card love.
No, I
so.
love it.
All right. We've got Good Sheets now, brought to you by Crystal Glass. Yeah, Crystal Glass. They've been servicing drivers, homeowners, and businesses across Western Canada for 75 years, led by Ed Bean for so many years, and now Ken Franchuk. They have been leaders in our community, and they love positive. Mr. Ken Franchuk is one of the most positive guys on the planet. If you see Ken, tell him you heard it on the Talking Sheets podcast, and he's always got like the what would Ken do kind of stuff, and it's always really positive. So there you go. They're giving us Good Sheets today. What is your Good Sheets there, Bailey?
Were you gonna call me Leona?
No, I was going to call you a little lady,
Oh, interesting.
but I don't even know if that's I'm not probably supposed to say that.
Oh my god.
No,
Don't be one of those guys.
I'm not being funny.
I'm gonna get canceled by the woke
I'm
mob.
calling my daughter a little lady. That's just weird. I was like, you've never said that before, but okay.
Okay, sorry.
Well, my good sheets, and I think that our collective good sheets this week should be dads, even though now you kind of made me mad.
Dad. All right, yes.
Dads, we love them. If you're listening to this the day of release, it's the day after Father's Day, but for us, it's ahead of Father's Day. And I just want to celebrate how great the dads in this room are, the dads in our life are. We're very lucky. And Renato was reading a study recently that said dads actually spend so much more time with their kids than they used to. And part of that is because moms are working and things like that. But I do think I feel very lucky to have been raised by a dad who a lot of the time was home with us. You and mom would switch off work and you would be home a lot. But that wasn't always the case for a lot of people in my generation. And again, that's not necessarily the dad's fault. It's the lives. But I think that having this relationship with you has been so important to me, and it's such a part of who I am, and maybe not all the good things, but mostly good things.
Except this weird card thing.
And a podcast.
Yeah.
But to have a dad that was so present and such a part and interested in my life, I think is one of the things that I cherish so much. And then seeing Renato raise our daughter in the same way and being so involved, even when he does peace out every once in a while to the World Cup, I'm really grateful for dads, and I wish that I could make this funny, but it really is just my good sheets, and I feel really lucky. Even if some weekend nights when I'm working late on the podcast, I don't feel that lucky. I do feel lucky for this podcast and for my relationship with my dad.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to throw him in there?
He is the dad of we talked about this in the mom episode. He's not my dad, but he still changes a lot of diapers and deals with a lot of tantrums, and I'm thankful for him too.
I'm thankful that he's a great dad. And then your brother, of course.
I did want to mention him.
Yeah, because he's just holding his little precious Georgia, and she's 4 months old now, and he's like, he gives her so many little kisses, like, and
he's obsessed with her.
And he says, I don't know, I just keep looking at her and can't believe that she's mine, right? So
he's a really good girl dad, and we knew he would be.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
seeing him,
terrible son, but
half-assed brother, but really, really good dad. He really, you can't say he's not a good dad.
No.
He comes home from really long shifts,
yeah,
fighting fires and helping people, and then still finds time to spend with his daughter and really wants to be with her, and I think it's really special.
And not to again be a mortality moment, but of course my dad passed away
I don't think that's
almost 10 years ago, and you don't really realize. Like, I saw somebody put on Facebook, just, Dad, I just love to have one more conversation with you and ask your advice about something, because I know you'd have the answer, right?
Mhm.
And I can still I can remember my dad's phone number. Like I can't remember any phone numbers, but I
Yeah.
can remember my dad's phone number. I can see it in my mind right now, and what I would do to be able to call it, right? And he did want to be buried with his cell phone just in case he was still
He
alive.
did make that joke.
Yeah. He said, I might need to call to get back out.
He might have been the king of the dad jokes.
Oh my
I had
gosh.
2 really wonderful grandfathers as well,
Yeah.
which I think has set the foundation of everything as well, and we miss them very much.
100%. Yes, Renato.
Like, that was just very nice to hear. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, thank you for the kind words,
Yeah.
Bailey. But I think, we are very lucky for our fathers. My father.
I should talk about my father-in-law.
Oh my gosh. I don't have to talk. I don't have to talk about your father-in-law because you're his son again, and how much we become our fathers.
Yes.
Like I look like my dad, but you act like your dad more and more. And Renato, there's so many times I'm like, okay, Franco, whatever.
Oh, it's when he gets excited and his voice gets a little high and he somehow has an Italian accent despite being born in Canada. That's when you know that the little Franco is so okay, little Franco, even though you're 3 feet taller than him.
Yeah, and I really didn't have anything to add, just because I also did kind of what you said about your dad.
Yeah.
I never got to meet your dad, and I wish I had, because he sounds like he was the best, and I would kind of just like just sitting there. I was like, that was just nice to hear from you guys.
Yeah, no, pretty.
What about Franco? Do you have any words for him? He's not listening, but
no, he's not listening.
You think he's listening to this podcast while the World Cup is going on?
He probably has sent me about 4 messages since we started recording this podcast saying, "How's my baby Leona?"
He's a good dad, but he's a really good grandpa, a really good no.
Somehow he texts with an accent.
Yes, he does. And some words are in English and some are in Italian, and you're trying to figure it out. He's a one-of-a-kind character.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's do it. Trending brought to you by Londonderry Dodge. We love our friends at Londonderry Dodge. You guys are actually getting ready to switch vehicles. We'll find out. I'm assuming it'll be another Trailhawk, because that's kind of a perfect size vehicle for you, but we'll see.
They've branded us as the Trailhawk folk, and you know what? I cannot complain. I would be welcome another one of those vehicles, but I always get kind of sad when we have to give one up because we love it so much.
Yeah, you get attached to it.
I do get emotionally attached, but I know that the next one we get will be just as wonderful. We love our Jeep Compass Trailhawk. Yeah. It is just the perfect.
You get attached to it like honey's hair gets attached to it.
Yeah. Hey, we vacuum them.
And also the Pacifica that I'm driving, we will be going on a road trip, baby.
Yeah.
A little bit later on this week, if you're listening to this the week it's released.
So does that mean next week's episode is going to be on the
location?
Road?
It's going to be on location from a very special place.
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful. So YouTube viewers, your time is now. It's going to actually look nice.
You're going to see it. Yeah.
We haven't really figured out the logistics yet, but
we'll figure it out. Yeah. But the bottom line is we're taking the Pacifica and we're going to be going in the minivan, baby. And I cannot think of a more comfortable, better way to travel.
You'd think that the thought of getting in a minivan with my parents, my husband, my toddler would be a little bit nerve-wracking, but I don't feel nervous at all because that vehicle is basically like sitting in a living room. Yeah. Like we're just going to be hanging out. It's going to be really good.
Yeah. Again,
I wonder how many times we're going to have to listen to "You Got a Friend in Me." I'm a little nervous about that. Friend in me.
Going to be a couple of times. Okay. Trending. This happened a couple of weeks ago, but we did get a chance to mention it last week. Mm-hmm. Elon Musk. $1 trillion, the first trillionaire in the world. Mm-hmm. And we can't wrap our heads around $1 billion. And a trillion is crazier. And I was looking for an analogy, and I like the whole traveling to the moon thing like they did. Mm-hmm. Did you know if you actually put $1 bills, whether they're American, Canadian, or whatever, end to end. Okay, so you just put bills.
We don't have $1 bills, so they would be American.
You're right.
You mean, or like just a bill, maybe a $5 bill.
We could do loonies too, but anyway, if you put them end to end, they would stretch $1 trillion. They would stretch 97 million miles, which means those dollar bills would go around the Earth to the moon and back 203 times. That's how much $1 trillion is.
Honestly, I don't think it's good for me to like even conceptualize this. Like, that's crazy.
$1 trillion would end world hunger. Everyone in the world would be able to eat for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Literally, you could end global famine. You could end famine here locally. You could end it everywhere. You could feed the entire world multiple times over. So that means if you did it once, you'd have money to buy your yachts and do whatever you wanted.
Just if
you could provide clean water and sanitation for everyone on Earth for more than a decade with $1 billion. So if you're Elon Musk, why wouldn't you do that?
Because I think the only way to get that rich is to not be doing those things.
Not care.
Yeah. I mean, again, we have to be careful what we say, considering the internet that we're currently connected to. And that's not a choice that we make. That's just the only option that we have.
Yeah.
So it is interesting to shade him on a podcast when he's literally like the entire podcast is presented by him, low-key.
Yeah, but it's so easy for me to say because I don't have $1 trillion.
Yeah.
But if you had $1 trillion and you could literally feed everybody in the world for the rest of time, and you still
would be pretty rewarding.
You'd still have money. You think, you're only going to live so long, and what a legacy to have, right? But anyway, crazy. In fact, $1 trillion could give everybody on the planet, the 8 or 9 billion people, $125 each, which reminded us that our premier's kind of trying to do her own little thing like that. It's called Danny Dollars.
Yeah.
And she's giving everybody in Alberta,
every family, right?
No, every adult, $100 rebate, as long as you don't make more than $225,000 a year.
Yeah.
And so that's the deal. And my question is, when and if you get this money, what is the most Albertan thing to do with it? What would be the most Albertan thing to buy with your $100?
More gas.
Oil.
Oil, that is.
A couple liters of gas. Maybe those things that go on the back of your truck, like the truck nuts.
Truck nuts?
I honestly hate that I use that phrase on the internet just now, but you know what those things? I think that might be the most Albertan thing you can do.
I've never Googled it or looked, but I wonder what an F Trudeau sticker would cost. How many could you get on your truck for $100?
Well, I think that some people are going to find out.
Yeah.
Because that might be the choice.
I don't know.
He's not even the prime minister. He's just Katy Perry's boyfriend now.
Yes.
Should we make some Talking Scheetz truck nuts? I mean, there's some merch for us.
I don't know.
T on one, S on the No.
I don't know if I got the balls for that.
Okay. Okay. Trending. We have to talk about it. He's sitting there. He looks like he's gonna fall asleep.
Who?
Producer. We haven't talked about his trip.
Oh, World Cup.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Where were you, Renato? Till you just got home.
Well, we have to talk about the fact that yesterday, speaking about we're recording in real time, when Canada and Qatar were playing on Thursday.
Yes.
The Talking Scheetz DMs were flooded with people being excited for producer Renato, knowing he was going to be there, which I thought was so sweet. We got a message from Jennifer, and she said, I don't really like soccer, but watching this game, I am just so happy for producer Renato. He must be having the time of his life. You are going to have to actually let him talk next episode.
Chris is internally seething.
No, of course. I mean, I was thrilled that you got to go and do this and leave your family here alone.
I know, I'm a deadbeat.
No, I was honestly, I was thrilled. And there was another ticket. It was never offered to me.
That's not true.
It was never offered to me, and I wouldn't have had time to go, but I knew I would have FOMO. I'm not the world's greatest soccer fan, but I am the world's greatest Canadian fan.
And just fan of events. You love events.
Oh my gosh, I love events. And I would have just soaked that all in, and the singing and the dancing and all of that stuff. I think that other sports here in North America should learn from that, because, but hey, how tired are you at the end of do you feel like you played in the game after cheering and singing and dancing the whole time? Is everybody standing
at the match?
Yeah.
No, actually, we stood for a long time, for a large portion of the match, but not the whole match. But you asked how tired I am. Like, I'm definitely running on fumes. We flew in on a Wednesday, and the game was on Thursday, and then we flew back today, which is Friday. And I'm looking forward to sleeping in my own bed again.
Yeah, we feel so sorry.
But I want to hear about the experience.
It was
on all kinds of news outlets talking about it in everywhere in the world.
Lebanon.
It was incredible.
Lebanon television interviewed you.
Yeah, we arrived on Thursday, and we went straight down to Granville Street, one of the iconic streets in Vancouver, and they had pedestrianized it, so vehicles couldn't go down it. And it was like several blocks long that they had cordoned off, so the restaurants and the bars could have patios, and they had big TVs out on the street, and the streets were packed already. This was the day before the game, and 10 minutes after arriving on Granville Street, somebody said, "Hey, do you want to be on Lebanese TV and talk about the World Cup?" And I said, "Yes, I do." And then so he asked me
How
a
is
few
your
questions.
Lebanese?
Well, I like Lebanese food.
Mm.
I don't know if I know any Lebanese words, but it doesn't matter because he asked me in English, and I do wonder like if they had some
Did they like dub
translation.
you
Yeah,
over?
maybe. I'd love to get that footage to
Yeah.
see. And he's like, yeah. I said, how many people might watch this? He said, oh, 40 to 50 million. So that's pretty cool. But
You
yeah,
might be famous in Lebanon.
maybe. I do look kind of slightly Lebanese.
You could be anything.
I'm very ambiguous ethnically.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. I've been to the Stanley Cup Finals. So have you, Chris. Like we've
Yeah.
been to a lot of cool sporting events, but the scale of the World Cup is unlike anything I've ever seen. Right? Like
It's a pretty big deal.
it's
Mhm.
it's a global phenomenon. Like
Yeah.
we're a hockey country, obviously, but I saw some stats today that said 11.1 million people were watching the Canada Qatar match yesterday, which is 28% of the country, and that doesn't even include the bars and the watch parties. So it was probably even higher, and that even dwarfs people who are watching the Oilers in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Mhm.
The country really comes together, and
And
I
that's
think
just a first
Yeah.
first game.
that's just a group stage match, that doesn't really play that much significance, but so they won 6-0, which is incredible on its own right.
I mean, a soccer game with 6 goals is
It doesn't happen that often,
no.
let alone for Canada. So
Yeah.
for a little bit of context, Canada had been in 2 World Cups before.
Mhm.
They lost all 6 matches. In their first World Cup, which was in 1986, they didn't even score a goal. And in 2022, when we made it again, Alphonso Davies, Edmonton product, scored the first goal for Canada in men's soccer history
Yeah, that's
for
what
the
we should say.
Canadian national team. Of course, let's just preface this: everything we're talking about is
Men.
the
The
men's soccer
Canadian
team
women.
because the Canadian women are good historically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've won like
Yeah.
Olympic gold, right?
Yes.
Christina
Yeah.
Sinclair.
yes.
Yeah.
Who's the goat of
Yeah.
Canadian
Yeah.
soccer? And we'll have the most goals for the Canadian team. Period.
Mhm.
So we were hoping that we would see the first Canadian victory at this World Cup, and then their first match they tied Bosnia 1-1, and I thought we matched up fairly well against Qatar, but yeah, it ended up being 6-0. It helps that Qatar took 2 red cards, so they were 2 men down.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
When you take a red card, like in obviously in hockey, you get your 2 or 4 or 5 minute penalties or 10-minute misconducts.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't play the rest of the game. When a red
Yeah.
card, you play the rest of the game without that person.
Yep.
They were down 2 people.
Yep.
That's a tough go for anybody. But you saw a good old fashioned whooping, and
Made history.
I'm glad you saw 6 goals. And don't get me wrong, and it sounds
Yeah.
like I can never be happy. But wouldn't you have been happier with a closer game? Like in some
No.
respects, you like.
No, that was
I-
incredible.
I
That was
love.
incredible.
I'm not that I wanted them to lose, but I love. I'd rather watch a close game almost and see my team lose than see a
But-
blowout.
I
But
feel like in that full stadium
It
of
wouldn't matter.
Canadian
Yeah.
fans,
you're right.
how many times you got to celebrate a goal? Like,
Would be
that's-
crazy.
It's so
Yeah.
awesome.
So yeah, no, I'm wrong. Okay,
And-
I'm wrong.
Well, you're not wrong, but okay. We wouldn't have scored 6 goals if Qatar had all 11 men for the whole match. We probably would have won that game 3-0.
Yeah,
But even though they were 2 men down, sometimes teams have 2 men down and they still only lose the game 1-0, right?
Okay.
But like to see 6 goals, it was a statement, right? And it really said that like Canadian men's soccer had arrived and now we're ready to compete. And that
should they
was,
be wearing red instead of black?
so they wore black in yesterday's match. However, they do have a history of wearing black as one of their alternative
Black
jerseys.
is the meanest looking color, and
It
they
is.
say it's the most intimidating.
It does
but-
look cool.
and they've won some important matches wearing their black jerseys, so now they've kind of become like a lucky charm.
Okay,
And I kind of feel like I need to get one now because I was at that match.
Should we talk about your jersey? Because I saw you off to the airport on Thursday
You did.
morning in that jersey and then picked you up today in it. Did you ever take it off?
Well, I did take it off to sleep, but I have worn this jersey for 3 days in a row, and I might wear it, for the foreseeable future. I'm
this
I'm
is
riding that high.
it's pretty tight in this room, and it's not. Yeah.
good. Okay,
I showered.
go Canada,
I'm
go.
wearing a different shirt.
48 teams. It's looking like it's very likely we're going to move on to the next round, which would be down to 36
32
teams, 32 teams. Like I'm trying to do the
Yep.
math, and it's crazy. Like I just can't believe that you could fill up a stadium of 80 or 90. And I know that BC Place isn't that big.
58,000,
but there's these giant stadiums, and all of a sudden, like, it's in Kansas City, and there'll be a ton of people from this country that you'd never think that many people would be there watching. It's bringing the whole world to these places. And I'm going to say this might be controversial, but when I see the coverage from Vancouver, that is a city that we should be using to showcase the best of Canada.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Because it's gorgeous. I'm not saying it's the best city in Canada. It's got really crappy roads to get in and out of. But when you just look at that ocean, the mountains, that downtown on the water, it is beautiful. Nothing against Edmonton, and but even Toronto. It's like Vancouver is the place where you want people to go, that's what Canada looks like.
Yeah.
Well, Edmonton, I'm an Edmonton stan for forever. However, and the River Valley is one of the crown jewels
100%
of North America. But everywhere you go in Vancouver is the River Valley. You know what I mean? Like of that level.
Yeah.
To be there, to see all of the fans from the other countries. So Mexico played last night. Mexico played Korea, and they ended up winning 1-0.
Where did they play?
They were playing in Mexico City, I think. But there are so many Mexican fans in Vancouver for some reason. They must just have a huge Mexican community in Vancouver, but it felt like there were more Mexicans out there celebrating than Canadians. The Mexicans are also very proud and rambunctious fans. They had green smoke they were waving around. I'm hitting the microphone now. But there were so many, I saw probably 30 different countries, jerseys there. Like it was truly special to be a part of. And I'm happy that I got to witness history. Yeah, I'm kind of looking at tickets for next Wednesday's game, but I think Baillie might kill me.
Good luck.
Yeah, no, you had your time, and we're so happy for you.
But you're not having another time.
Well, we're going on our trip on Thursday, so I don't really know how that would pan out.
Yeah.
Well, the game's in Vancouver, so I can
don't tell people where we're going.
Exactly.
Don't tell people where we're going. That's a surprise.
I was just going to say where we're going is not far away.
Okay, well, you pretty much nailed it then. The most important question. Okay, Renato goes to the World Cup in Vancouver. Here's the most important question that you need to answer. What was the price of gas there?
I have no idea.
You just scootered.
Oh, yeah, they were on scooters.
I don't think I even went past one gas station. Maybe on the Uber back to the airport.
You didn't go to Gastown?
I did. I did.
There you go. Okay.
Bad jokes on Father's Day.
Gastown. I just wonder what gas was there because I always have to get it in every episode, right?
Yeah, it had to be mentioned.
I stopped and picked Baillie up a Baillie Very Berry green tea lemonade today, and then some sandwiches. I even got one for my son-in-law producer that he'll probably woof down here shortly.
You got to come home to a Mother Dough BLT. Like, that's the life.
Yeah. And they were telling me, Lauren from there, who runs the place, that they've done a whole bunch of catering this week, like a ton. Yeah. They catered golf tournaments, actually.
Yeah, that's their big push is like, they're like, let us cater your next event. And what an amazing, sometimes catering is a little mid, at different events or.
Oh, I've used them to cater when I did auctioneering school.
Yeah.
I brought in the Mother Dough and oh my God.
What a treat. When you go to like a corporate lunch or something, you're kind of like, oh, we're going to have some dry sandwiches. Not that.
No.
Not the case with Mother Dough.
No, I would say maybe they should have a new marketing slogan. All right, Mandy and Lauren, are you listening? Let us supply your lettuce.
Ooh.
And your sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, our Sunday pickups at Mother Dough are low-key just catering with the amount we order. I want to talk about one thing that I got today.
All right.
Because I wasn't super hungry. I had already had breakfast when you went to do the pickup, but I wasn't going to say no. So I got the focaccia dipper plate. Ren, you didn't even hear about this. It's like a side that they offer, and it is their fresh sourdough focaccia bread. Their focaccia is incredible. Yeah. And then it comes with a dip, and the dip has ricotta, hummus, a chili oil. It's amazing. So you're just dipping the bread in this delicious cheese custom sauce. And it was honestly one of my favorite things I've had from there. I know I say everything's my favorite, but it is. If you're just looking for a side or a treat, or if you are vegetarian, because it's vegetarian friendly, then you get the focaccia dipper plate from Mother Dough. It's not a sandwich, but it's made with their bread, and it's so good.
Okay. All right.
Anyway.
Yeah. Mother Dough. And you can get a gift card for Dad for, for a belated Father's Day gift if you forgot to get him one. Speaking of Father's Day gifts, I'm getting a Father's Day gift. And we want to promote it and tease it and then
do an unveiling,
an opening.
An opening.
A box opening.
An unboxing.
It's in a box.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what it is, but you don't know what's in it.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
It is a
It's a Jilly box, but it's the Jilly Box Heritage Box. So if you don't know, Jillian Harris has a company. I know it well, and they create Jilly boxes, and they're custom boxes of really, really good, high quality, often Canadian-owned, women-owned products. And they're a surprise, which I think is so fun in this day and age. You know,
Yes.
you don't have a lot of surprises,
Mhm.
so it was hard to get, but we procured you the Heritage Box, which is the box for men, and her husband Justin helped create it, and we're gonna unbox it on our Instagram.
Okay, so you can follow. And I know there's a ton of Jillian Harris fans that
Yeah.
are Scheetz heads.
Yeah.
And Baillie seems to, I don't know, she had a connection somehow to get the box.
The Scheetz heads have done some hard investigating. I've gotten some messages. People are checking my LinkedIn. I am working for the Jilly Box right now. That is
Yep.
my new gig. And so we've got you the Jilly Box, the men's version.
So you got me a free box for Father's Day?
You think we're giving them away for free? You wait till you see the items in here.
Okay.
I did purchase it.
Okay.
And I didn't get you a card.
Because you know what? Being a dad, if you got me a free gift,
You would actually feel good
that
about
would
that.
actually be a
No,
better gift.
we did pay for it, but
Just don't, no cards.
we got a discount.
No cards.
No cards. It's gonna
Discount.
be really
The
exciting.
discount code is Baillie1.
Bailey one, sure. Don't try it on the Jilly Box website, please. I'm still new.
And don't try it on any of my social media accounts.
No. But we will have a really fun unboxing because the products in it are amazing. But
Okay.
You haven't seen them yet. So
Awesome. All right. Well, again, get ready for that. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. And certainly if dad's not around anymore, you know what? We're thinking about you, and it's just kind of one of those days. But
Yeah.
they're always walking with you, right?
we said this on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Sometimes these days are challenging for people, whether it be the relationships they have or people they've
Right.
lost.
Right.
But I hope that you can find a way to enjoy the day
Yeah.
and appreciate the dads or dad figures in your life.
Well, I expect to get spoiled for a change.
Like we've already talked about it. You get spoiled every day.
I do. Every day is,
And-
who are we trying to kid? Every day is most Father's Day.
Yes.
Like
yes.
I get up and do everything I want. Yeah, I'm pretty much every day's
Yeah,
Father's Day.
and Renato got the World Cup, so he's good too.
Yeah.
We don't have to do any on Mother's Day. We had that special men are cooking
Yeah.
and all this stuff. No, for
Yeah.
Father's Day, we'll pick up some mother dough
I
and we'll go from there.
I feel like Renato is kind of almost like it's, he's married to me. So some days he has his struggles.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if every day is Father's Day for him because he works pretty hard to keep the family together.
Thanks to Crystal Glass, London Dairy Dodge, Cook County Saloon and Steakhouse, Mother Dough, Bread Co., and Green Drop. Yeah, they're getting rid of those bugs.
And thank you to all the dads.
Yeah. Watch to see what my Father's Day gift is on our social media account.
Even when we got nothing to talk about, there's nowhere I'd rather be. 'Cause there's something about you and me just sitting around talking sheets.